Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far. So today's video is going to be my everyday makeup drawer for the month of June. If you guys are new to these videos, it's basically just where I go through and I show you all of the products that I'm going to focus on using during the month. I try to switch up my makeup every single month. Obviously there are a few products that remain the same, but it's a really good way to just try all of the products in your collection. If you are constantly purchasing new makeup, it's a fun way to try those new products, but also to make sure everything in your collection still gets used and loved. It's also really helpful because that way you can decide whether or not a product's expired, whether it needs to be decluttered if you don't use it anymore, or it's just a good way to rediscover old favorites. So before I jump into it and show you the products that I'll be using during the month of June, I'm just going to do a quick recap on the products in last month's drawer. So if you guys want to skip ahead, I'll put timestamps in the description box below. Okay, so on the left I have two products that I actually used up. The first one is the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, and the second one is this Tarte Poreless Primer. This was like the never-ending primer, but I love both of these products. I would definitely repurchase them. I'm not going to repurchase the Tarte primer for now, just because I have so many primers in my collection, but I love both of them. I will definitely repurchase the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara though. At the end of next month, I'll do an update on my Project Pan video on the products that I'm trying to use up in 2017, so stay tuned for that video. So over on the right, these are products that I'm actually decluttering from my collection. So both of these foundations are good foundations. I liked them at one time, but I am pretty much out of them. I've had them for a while, so I put them back into my drawer last month to see if I would use them up, and I just didn't reach for them, so it's time to declutter them. As for the lip products, I really like the formula of all three. The Urban Decay lipstick is in the shade Liar, and the Sephora lipstick is in the shade 32, but the colors just didn't work for me. Actually, Liar is really beautiful, but I never reach for it. I just have another few nude lipsticks that I like better than that one, so I am going to go ahead and declutter these three. The Sephora lip product is really beautiful, but it's way too light for me, so if you're looking for a very, very pale nude, this might be a good option for you. And then the blush on the top is really beautiful, but again, I have other similar products in my collection that I reach for over it, so I'm going to pass it along to somebody else. The Wet n Wild highlighter is gorgeous. I love the other one, and I wear it all the time, but this one's a little bit too dark for me. When I wear it on my face as a highlighter, it looks a little bit weird because it is so much darker than my skin tone, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass that along to somebody else as well. And then down on the right I have the Maybelline Natural Smoke Squad, which I use to fill in my brows. I've been looking for a good cruelty-free option and I found one, so I'm going to go ahead and declutter that as well. So these are all products that I love and I will definitely continue to use them. Actually, a few of them have been my favorites, like the Physicians Formula products or the highlighters right on top. But I just want to try to focus on using other products this month, so I'm going to move them out of my everyday makeup drawer and come back to them at a later month, but I'm definitely not going to declutter them. They're all great options. These are also products that I really like, but I just want to switch them out. I think the primer and the foundation are really great options, but I've just been using other products over them, so they're going to go back into my collection. And then the lip products are really beautiful. I love the formulas of all of these products, but the colors just aren't something that I'm reaching for right now. So I'm sure I'll break them out again either later in the summer or once fall rolls around, but for now, they're just going to go back into my makeup collection. Okay guys, sorry, I'm using natural light and of course the sun just does not want to cooperate with me, but I'm almost finished with this part. I just want to show you the eyeshadow palettes that I am rotating out of my everyday makeup drawer right now. So on the top left, I have some of my ColourPop Pressed Powder Single Shadows, and then over on the right is the Tartelette in Bloom palette, and then down in the bottom is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I love all three of these palettes so much, but I just need to try to use other palettes in my collection, so I'm forcing myself to take them out of my drawer this month. Same thing with these two palettes. They're both from IT Cosmetics. The top one is the Matte for Matte 2 palette, and the bottom one is their new Shadow, Brow, and Liner palette. So I love both of them. I'm just switching them out for something different this month. So let's jump into the rest of my makeup drawer, and I'll show you guys what I'm using during the month of June. Okay guys, so I'm going to switch it up and start with eyeshadow palettes, but like I said, feel free to jump ahead. I'll put timestamps in the description box below. So I'll do eye products, then face products, then lip products this time. So here's a look at the eyeshadow palettes that I kept in my drawer. Right now, my favorite palette is the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself Eye and Cheek palette, and then I have my ColourPop Pressed Powder eyeshadow palette. Of course, this has been my other go-to, but for the most part I cleared out a lot of the palettes that I've been using a lot so I could really focus on using other palettes. So here's a look at the ones that I currently have in my drawer. And then these are the palettes that I'm putting in my drawer for the month of June. So the first one is the ColourPop Blow Me Away palette. This was part of their Nectar collection, and I just picked it up not too long ago and I really haven't played around with it, so I wanted to put it in my drawer so I could use it during the month of June. Then I have the Butter London Natural Charm palette. Again, I just got this one recently, and I've never tried Butter London eyeshadows or really any of their makeup. I've just tried their nail polishes. So this one has some really beautiful neutral shadows in it that I thought I would love this month. Then I have the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I have tried this one, but I haven't really focused on using it a ton just because I've been using a lot of other palettes, so I really wanted to get a lot of use out of it this month. And I did see they're coming out with a shimmery version, so you guys will have to let me know in the comments below if you'll be picking that one up. And then the last eyeshadow palette that I'm adding back in is my Tarte's Pro palette. I've been using this one a lot in combination with the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette, so I wanted to make sure I added it back into my drawer. I just love this palette. It's definitely one of like my top 5 palettes of all time. Okay, I actually just decided, spur of the moment, I'm going to take my ColourPop Super Shock shadows out of my everyday makeup drawer this month. Obviously, if I want to use one of them, I'll just go into my makeup collection and grab it, but I just have so many other products that I'm using this month, so I also need a little bit more room to put everything in my drawer, so I'm just going to remove them completely. Okay, here's a look at the eye products that I have in my drawer. So I have the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer, the IT Cosmetics Hello Lashes Mascara. This one's just like a deluxe size sample. And then I'm trying to use up the Essence Lash Princess Mascara and the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara. And then I just have 2 of these e.l.f. liquid eyeshadows. And then on top of my vanity, I don't show you guys that super often just because it gets repetitive, but I keep my eyeliner. So the one that I'm using right now is the Kat Von D Tattoo Liquid Liner. So I'm adding in a few mascaras. I have a sample of the IT Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, which I just got in a subscription box, and I'm adding that one in my drawer until I repurchase the full size. Then I have the Urban Decay sample Perversion. One of you guys told me that you loved this, and I remember that I liked it a while ago, and then I found that I had a sample in my collection, so I'm adding this one into my drawer as well. Then, because it is summer, I have the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara. This is the only waterproof mascara that I like, and I don't love the original Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, but for some reason, I really like this one. So I'm adding all 3 of these to my drawer. And then I'm trying out the Smashbox Photo Finish Lid Primer. I got this a little while ago. They came out with a light, medium, and dark shade, and then also a white and black. And then the last product is the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow Liquid Shadow in the shade Smoldering Satin. I have used this and I really like it, and I would love to get more of them, but I wanted to put this one in my drawers so I could have really easy access to it. Okay, so these are my current face products. I do have quite a few in here, but I've also cleared out a lot of them. So let me show you which highlighters I have in my collection. Right now I have the Wet n Wild highlighter, which has been one of my favorites. This e.l.f. Cosmetics highlighter, which is beautiful. I've talked about it in a lot of my recent videos. This Makeup Revolution highlighter, which I talked about on Snapchat. It is so beautiful. It's so unique. I'm going to use it in an upcoming video. Then I have the Smashbox Casey Holmes Spotlight palettes. I really like the Pearl palette. That one is my favorite, and I haven't really given the gold one a huge, or like a fair shot, I guess, just because it seems a little bit dark for my skin tone, but I'm still trying it out this month. Then I have the Laura Geller Baked Gelato Swirl Illuminators. I have 2 of them, so I'm just keeping them in my drawer this month, and I'm going to continue to use them. So for blush, I have Benefit Dandelion, which has been one of my go-tos for the past few months, and then I have the Too Faced Papadone Peach Blush, which is so beautiful for spring and summer. I recommend it to everybody. I have 2 of the Tarte Amazonian Clay blushes. The first one's in the shade Exposed, which is a really beautiful nude, and then the brighter one is in the shade Tipsy, which is a gorgeous coral. I have 2 of the Becca Cosmetics blushes, which I have been using lately. The peach one is probably my favorite out of the 2, and the other one is just a really beautiful light pink. As for bronzers, I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which is my favorite. This is like a never-ending bronzer, you guys. I've been using it every single time I wear bronzer for, I feel like, the majority of 2017, and I haven't even hit pan on it yet. And then I have the Benefit Cosmetics Hula Bronzer, which hasn't been my favorite lately, but I'm trying to use it up in 2017 as well. I have my Smashbox Contour Palette. You guys, I hit pan on the second shade. I'm so excited. I think I'm actually going to use this up in 2017. And then I have a few face palettes. So I have a ColourPop Duo from their Sand collection, which is one of my favorite products, and the Becca Cosmetics Sun Chaser palette, which comes with a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer. So let me start with the palettes that I'm adding in. I am adding in the Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow palette. I did try this one a few months ago, and I didn't think it was my favorite palette. I said I would give it another shot during the summertime, and if I didn't like it, I would declutter it. So I'm going to try to use it during the month of June, and if I don't like it, I'll declutter it. If I do like it, then I'll let you guys know. I am adding in this ColourPop Face Duo. So it comes with a really beautiful pink blush and then a peachy pink toned highlighter. This one was part of their pink collection. I believe it's still available, but I haven't used it a ton. Then I'm adding in the Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter palette. This one is the lighter version. They came out with 2 of them, and this is a really cool palette. It comes with contouring products, highlighting products, and it comes with 4 powder products and then 5 cream products. Talked about them in a recent video, but I'm going to try to use them this month so I can decide if I think they're worth the money. As for bronzers, I'm adding in Benefit's Hula Light again. I did try this one a few months ago as well, and I wasn't sold on it. It's not a cruelty-free product, but I have it in my collection, so I am going to try it out again this month and see if I like it. If not, I'll declutter it. And then I have the Balms Desert, which is one of my favorite products. You can use it as a blush, a bronzer, a 2-in-1, or even as an eyeshadow. I have Milani's Luminoso, which is a gorgeous blush. I love this one for sure, so I cannot wait to use it this month. And then I did get a bunch of ColourPop highlighters. Their highlighters are so beautiful on the face, but also on the eyes, so I'm just going to add all 6 of them to my collection. I'll link my ColourPop haul in the description box below if you guys want to check it out, but they do still have these highlighter trios available on the website, which is a good value. I think the retail value is $24, but you can get 3 of them for $20 if you purchase them in the trio. Okay, so these are the foundations I currently have in my drawer. I have the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Stick Foundation. I have 2 of the Urban Decay All-Nighters. I'm almost finished with one of them. And then I have the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Cream and the Wet n Wild Foundation. The only foundation that I'm adding in is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. I wear the shade 1.0. I've been wanting a good light to medium coverage foundation, and I have this one in my collection. I think I've had it for a while, so I'm going to try to use it up this summer. So these are the powders that I have in my collection. I'm not trying out any additional powders this month because I haven't really added any to my collection, and I'm really a big fan of pressed powders right now. So if you guys have any favorites, you'll have to let me know in the comments below so I can check them out, especially if they are drugstore. The only concealer that I'm adding in is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I just started using it again at the end of the month, so I thought I would go ahead and put it in my drawer. And then these are the primers that I have in my drawer right now. I have one from Milk Makeup, another one from Smashbox, which I've been trying out, and then this Cover FX primer, which has SPF 30 that I'm trying to use up this year. I am adding in the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. I've never tried this one, but I've heard great things about it, so I can't wait to actually use it and see how it works for me. And then I'm also adding in the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. This one is their Radiance Finish, and I really like the original, but I thought the Radiance one might be really pretty for summertime. I have the Becca Cosmetics Shimmering Skin Perfector. This one is something that I got in a Play by Sephora bag, and I haven't really tried it yet. I've only swatched it. It's in the shade Opal. I do have the Milk Makeup Graphic Stick in the shade Mars, which is a really beautiful, like, peach-toned highlighter. So I swatched it and it was gorgeous, so I definitely want to try it out on the face. The last thing that I have is just a sample of the Tarte Guard. This is a sunscreen lotion, and we're going to the beach this week, so I thought I would go ahead and try it out this month. So these are some of the lip products that I have in my drawer. Over to the left, I have the Ultra Glossy Lip in the shade Aquarius, the Too Faced Melted Matte Lipstick in the shade Child Star, the Bite Beauty Lip Gloss in the shade Rambutan, a few of the Too Faced Sweet Peach Peach Oil Lip Glosses, and then on the right I have the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lips in the metallic finish. I added those to my drawer last month and I didn't wear them a ton, so I definitely wanted to keep wearing them this month and see if I could get more use out of them. And then all the way over on the left I have lipsticks. Over on the top left, I have the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipsticks, and then over to the right, I have the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipsticks. Those have been some of my favorites lately. All the way on the right, I have the Buxom Lip Gloss in the shade White Russian, and then in the front, I have the Tarteist Liquid Lipstick, a NARS Velvet Lip Glide in the shade Bound, and a Wet n Wild lipstick in the shade Bear It All. So those are kind of like my go-tos. Let me actually move these over because I am adding in 3 of the Buxom lipsticks. So I have the shade Naturally Daring, which is in a matte finish. They don't really fit in the holder, but that's okay. This one is in the shade Guilty Angel, and it's in a cream finish. Then I have the shade Coral Confession, which is a cream finish as well. I just filmed a lipstick declutter. If you guys want to check it out, I'll link it in the description box below. But I haven't really worn these in a while, so I wanted to try them out this month and see if I still like them. Otherwise, that is it. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. Don't forget to leave me a comment below letting me know which products you are trying out this month because I would love to hear from you. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.